Hi, it's Shirley Ross, and welcome to Design Space Friday. We are doing part 2 of the diagonal box. We are doing the bottom section, and the bottom section needs to be able to fit inside of the diagonal top that we made last time. So for the first time, I'm going to be working with not a normal 4.25 or 4.5. We're going to actually be working with 4.313 square. So we're going to bring in our square. I am going to turn it white so you'll be able to see it a little bit better when we start adding. And we are going to make it 4.313. And we are going to put it at 1 and 1. Now, I look up conversions through Google. And then I kind of try to adjust them to where they're going to work. So the first thing we're going to do is put in the two score lines here and here, but we are actually going to bring them in and keep them going horizontal and not vertical. So I just find sometimes when I'm working with some numbers that I'm not used to, that it's easier not to have to twirl things around. So the first one we're going to work with here is going to be, first we're going to make it 4.313, and then we are going to move it to 2.438 and 1. All right, and then we're going to duplicate, and we are going to put it at 3.875 and 1. Okay, so now we have the two sides in. Now haven't cut this out, so you're seeing the whole thing. We are going to group that, and we are going to twirl it, rotate it 90 degrees. Let's do that, right? And 90 and not 9. All right, so now we're going to insert some more score lines. So we'll bring in 1. And now this score line is not going to be the full length of the other score lines because we're going to just be putting it right in here. And it is going to be, and I didn't write that one down, so we will just have to see once we get it in place, we will work with that height. So the first one is going to go at 2.438 and 2.438. So we are going to make it, let's see what happens when we get 2.438. Oh, still a little bit too long. We are going to make it, we are going to figure this one out by first detaching here and then click on that one. It is going to be 1.438. All right. That was close, 1.438. All right. And then we are going to duplicate it, and we are going to put the next one at 3.875 and 2.438. All right, so now we have the center pieces and the cross ones. So now we're going to put in our cut lines, and we'll just duplicate this. Now the cut line, I did write that number down, and it is 0.479, which is just a little bit less than a half. And the first one is going to go at 2.438 and 1.958. And that's about a half an inch. And we're going to make that a cut line. All right. And now we're going to duplicate. And we'll put these in, and then once I get these pieces in, then it'll be easier to cut out. So the next one is going to be at 3.875 and 2.438. It didn't go up high enough. All right, that one's at 1.958. So 1.958. I wrote down the wrong number. 1.958. There we go. So now we have the two top ones. Let's duplicate it. You know I don't like to play with numbers that aren't whole numbers. And then this one is going to be at 2.438 and 3.875. And one last one, and it should be, both of these should be at the same one. That's 3.875 and 3.875. Okay, so now they're all in. We can't attach yet because we want to do some slicing, and you cannot slice when you have more than one image chosen. So we're going to take our square. We are going to go ahead and unlock it, and we are going to just kind of make it a little bit smaller. And what we'll do is just line it up here so that we get it about the same size. I don't usually eyeball, you know me, I usually like everything to be perfect. However, when I'm playing with these numbers, sometimes they're not as easy to play with. So I want to make sure it's far enough over. More time. All right, then we're going to hold the shift key and select the box itself and the piece. I must have more things selected because it did not slice. It's still not coming up. Oh, because I have this one grouped, so let's ungroup that. All right, and now let's arrange it to the back because it moved to the front. All right, so this time we'll catch this and this, and that worked, and slice. I can always tell if you have more things picked than you need. Now we're going to keep this one so we can move it to the other side. Make sure we have enough. And I didn't take out enough. So let's undo it. In a minute, it's going to come back. There we go. All right, so let's move this over. Let's let it overhang a little bit on the outside. That side is not as important as these two sides. There we are. And this is just going to be the flaps that are going to attach it. So we'll pick that and this, and then we'll do the slice. This time we should get a full slice. Yep, we did. We will move that. Now we can delete this, and we can delete that. All right, let's move this to the back. And let's bring this one in and line it up. If we need to unlock it and take it out across just to be sure, and then it's not enough at the top, so let's take it up a little bit and bring it down, and then do a shift and hold and slice. Let's undo that. Let's keep that one, and let's delete these. All right, and arrange it to the back. All right, and then here. Hold that and shift and slice. Keep that. I like to keep the dark one when I'm slicing just so it's easier to see it against the other one. And then last time, and this one is going to be, let's put it over here a little bit. There we are, and shift and hold and slice. And arrange it to the back. And then we can select everything, and we can hit, let's make sure we have it all selected. There we are, and then we can hit attach. And now you have your box complete. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next week.